So here is what we have been building for about 2 weeks now. Behind the scenes, I've been editing around this thing, and this is my swamp shack. During the daytime, we got the swamp fisherman moved over here the other day. We got a bunch of moss. My Temu order came in. I was able to put in all of this greenery and different moss. I've ordered stuff from literally everywhere. I added ivy all over the place. We got real Spanish moss, bunch of ivy and moss here. Got chains dangling off the side. I made a banister out of sticks. We got a little crocodile hanging out there. That's why I also moved the fire and ice light on the corner, make it look like it's a swampy marsh over here. The fogger is in there. It is swampy marsh that I have inside there is the scent, and it's terrible. It's the one I said the other day that smelled like old man cologne. It's very odd. And then on top of the mildew smell, it smells awful. The roof is made out of sticks attached to 1x2s, just all screwed together. Then we got vines and moss. We got these windows from Dollar General. Cut these out and put these in. We got creepy cloth behind there. We actually have those candles that I got from one I did in a video. We got those on there and a timer. That's not a real functioning door. It's just a handle screwed to the wall. And this is basically just a facade. And at nighttime, I will show you, this is the short circuit light from Spirit Halloween. And it really gives this a really cool look at night. We got all kinds of fake grasses that I got from Temu. We got different greenery, cattails, and stuff from Dollar Tree and Temu and some other stores. And over here we have this skeleton dog that I actually got from Mac at Haunt Former. Got that from him. We got the swamp fisherman hooked up. He works great. He looks good. We have this old berry basket. It's all falling apart, so I just stuck that up here with an old chain laying on it. And then we have our pet graveyard tombstone right next to the skeleton dog, obviously. Then we have moss and ivy, all kinds of grasses on the side of this thing, and then our big tombstone. So as you can see, every time I was filming from this direction, keeping this guy out of the picture. At nighttime, there is a green light inside. I'll show you inside this thing. It is literally just pallets stacked up, and then we have the windows from Spirit Halloween in here, from the old display, their facades. I might add some of that in here yet. I'm not sure how I want to do this. We got a green light, which I haven't been using just for video purposes, because you really see this thing in the background, so I haven't been using that light. So tonight that'll be plugged in. We got some other stuff on, and yeah, that's it's just 4x8 sheets of plywood. Obviously I used this one for my fireworks show this year, and this is all it is, just plywood. And then the outside I got some oops paint. I just started it up here with some little 1x2s on the end. Stack these up, and then this is pretty solid. Put a 1x2 up there. This thing is not going anywhere. We also have it staked in the ground. Hammered those in there pretty far. So this thing is pretty stout. It's not going anywhere. But that's what we've been working on. I just wanted to give you guys a good daytime view of what this thing looks like. Now obviously nighttime, this takes on a whole different look. Obviously messing around with lighting, so when you see this at nighttime, it's going to look totally different. This thing does look awesome. This has taken a lot of effort, a lot of time, and a good chunk of change, but a lot of creative thinking. And this actually turned out really cool. I used a pallet over here for an old banister. This was already torn apart like this, so I just screwed this down, I used some pallets from my fireworks shows down here. It worked out perfect as a deck. The swamp fisherman fits on there perfect. I found an old shovel and this chair we were throwing away. I said, wait a minute, this chair is perfect. Then we just added a ton of moss and greenery, draped it all over the place. I think it looks awesome. Definitely something I have never done and always wanted to do is build some type of facade. And I literally turned around and built basically a haunted house. We have speakers that'll be inside there. We have a fog machine that'll be inside there. So when you see this at nighttime, this is going to be a totally different deal. This thing is going to take on a life and persona of itself. We have creepy swamp sounds mixed in with the fog and then the scents to the fog. It's really cool. So this is mostly basically for YouTube, for you guys. And at nighttime, my trick-or-treat is not during the night, it's during the daytime, so they won't get to see what it looks like at nighttime. So all the passerbys and basically YouTube videos is basically who is going to see this in the night. So this thing definitely looks awesome. It's taken on a really different look. So I'll go ahead and show you guys the rest of the haunt. I know you guys have been wanting to see what this looks like during the day. Not as good during the night that I always do my videos. As you can see, we got some ivy, but during the day you see all the mess of cords all over the dang place, and it is pretty nasty looking. But we have obviously our ferns out here, and got our caretaker. Nothing's on right now at the moment, but this is what everything looks like during the day. At nighttime, this takes on a totally different vibe, because obviously looking at the graveyard, it doesn't look near as cool as it does at night, because back there you can see the neighbor's house, you can see the neighbor's garage, you can see the rest of my house. Like at nighttime, this takes on a totally different life. And this girl even moved on me today, but that's okay. So yeah, this is what the haunt looks like during the day. I know a few of you have been asking what this looks like during the day. Our pumpkins are growing here, which kind of looks cool. And yeah, so stay tuned for more updates. This thing is awesome. Definitely just got a big old whiff of nasty mildew. We've added all kinds of greenery around this thing, added all kinds of moss. We got that short circuit light in there. Really looks awesome at night. Like I said, it takes on its own vibe and own life at night. But I really wanted to do this thing up and get it all decorated before I showed you guys here on YouTube. I think it looks awesome. This has been a real traffic stopper. Everyone has been stopping and wondering what the heck goes on here, who's gonna pop out of that door. And it's just a wood frame that I screwed on to the doorway there, covered up the screws with ivy and moss, and draped a bunch of stuff on it. I sprayed the walls. I used this brown Oops paint from Home Depot. It was like $9 for the gallon. And then I just mixed up some paint in a spray bottle and watered it down. Just mixed up some paint in a spray bottle, watered it down, and sprayed it all on there so it looks all nasty and runny. So with the ivy and moss, it kind of gives it that swamp vibe. So that is what the hype has been all about. Definitely looks awesome. I love this thing. Sucks it's only up for about another 4 weeks and then it all comes back down, but man, does it sure look cool out here in the yard.